Hello guys, and welcome to my Danger Burning Abyss deck profile, Sekka's Light build 2. Just know, I feel it's pretty basic, but there's a little interesting stuff I have in it, and you'll get to see it. It's kind of what I'm playing currently. I gave up on Dangers just because I didn't have the luck to play him, and you don't really need that much luck to play him, but you need a bit of luck, which I don't have. So instead I went to something more consistent, and I have this. Feels a very consistent build. It doesn't really put a high ceiling, but if you're working past, the player's first turns, I think this deck really does well. Otherwise it can be sort of hard to, deal with, but that out of the way. Let's just get right into the deck profile. First we'll start off with one tour guide. Best card in the deck. Everyone, I think, knows this one. You summon a fiend from deck defense, so it's instant Dante. So target, of course, is Rhino Warrior, which we play 3 of. So tour guide is a instant combo for Unclock and Beatrice if you have other Burning Abyss in your hand. So that's a good thing to note. Of course, the link isn't out. I'll probably update this deck profile when we get the link. And so stay tuned for that if you're looking forward to it. But Beatish Rhino Warrior, if you like normal, it has its effects. All your Burning Abyss can summon out of the hand without destroying themselves, or summon from deck without destroying themselves. Which, it doesn't come up too much, but sometimes you need it. Usually in more bricky situations. Also, if it is sent to graveyard, you can dump a fiend from the deck, which helps you with a lot of combos. This card doesn't become that good when the link comes out, but right now it's really good. 1 Seer, 1 Graph. These two are limited, so they're the best ones, generally. Seer summons a Burning Abyss from graveyard, and Graph summons 1 from deck, so of course, these two really good. You can only use it once per turn. It also has a special summon from hand clause. So, these cards are really good. 3 Skarm. If it's sent end phase, you get to search for a fiend, which can be tour guide, so you have the combo and stuff. But yeah, very good searcher. If you can dump it, you usually try to dump it. If you haven't dumped something for combo, if you just have a random dump and you don't need to remove something, you always go for Skarm. One that I feel is very underrated and does well with the Dangers is Libic, which I play 3 of. So if it's sent to graveyard, you can special summon a level 4 Burning Abyss from your hand, level 4 or lower, blah blah blah. They're all level 3s. So you summon Burning Abyss from hand, negate its effects so it won't, destroy itself, and can become very useful. Sometimes with Danger, you'll activate Snake, you discard a Libic, and then you summon another one from hand, and boom, you have Dante. All the stuff you need. So, Libic is very good in that respect. 2 Barbar, I don't really care for this one, but sometimes you do need the special summon. It is another name, and it becomes a bit better when I feel the link comes out, because if you're put in a position where you go second and actually do well at breaking the board, you can usually hit him for around 700 something damage, but not exactly game, and then Barbar just comes in if you haven't activated a dump effect, and it can save you. Even if it's after you make Beatrice with Dante after, it depends, but this can, end games once the Link monster comes out. I feel it becomes better, but right now it isn't that good. 2 Farfa. This card's really good. You just banish a monster from your opponent's field. Banish one of yours, but you don't want to. To the end of the turn. It's good disruption. I wish I had 3. I just don't, and I was able to find 1 with it. But 2 is doing pretty fine. If you open 2, well, kinda sucks. Next, out of the Burning Abyss cards. 3 Danger Tsukunoko, or Danger Snake. Pretty much if you reveal it, you're getting a level 3 on the board. That's the easiest way. You just want level 3s. So, that. I do 2 Jackalope. I don't play any other Dangers besides these 2 because they're level 3s. And anyone that doesn't go into Dante, I feel can be a waste on the board because you can't summon out the Burning Abyss for combos or anything like that. And I usually don't need the dangers to have all the combos out, so I was like, I can go to Jackalopes is perfectly fine because usually I don't care for it summoning itself. I'd rather have it get hit on the hand and summon a snake from deck. Of course, everyone's favorite, Gallus the Star Beast. This card, you reveal it in hand, send the top card from deck to graveyard, and if it's a monster, you get to summon it and burn for its level times 200. Of course, really good. It's easy level 3 to put out, and because you're playing only 3 spells in your whole 40 card deck, you should be able to summon Gallus almost every single time. Next, one of the newer cards to come out, Psychic Wielder. Pretty much if you have a level 3, you can special summon this from your hand. So, of course, really good. And if it's used as synchro material, oh my god. Hold up. And if it is used for synchro material, you get to destroy monster your opponent controls. So, of course, that's really good. You do actually have a level 6 synchro for Burning Abyss. People always forget about it. Good old Virgil. Comes way better once the link comes out. Psychic Wheeler, really good card for combos. Now, here's an interesting tech I have. Triple Gazelle and 1 Spinny. So why do I do this? It's interesting. It's pretty much a tour guide, but you have to play a brick. And the brick isn't too bad, because if you have a Gazelle, usually it's fine. So here's how it works, right? If you open Gazelle, your normal Gazelle, effect, dump Spinny, and Spinny summon itself. And boom, 2 level 3s, you have Dante. You can also reuse Spinny since it's overlaid. So that's also useful if you do open other Gazelle later in the game. It's like, well, this is the only normal summon, so just summon. That's perfectly fine. If you open Spinny and Spinny alone, it kind of sucks. But of course, with Sekka's Light, if you can activate that and shuffle it back into deck, you're all good, and it's not a brick anymore. Then there's hands where you may open 1 Gazelle and Spinny. You normal Gazelle, no dump, Spinny target, and then Spinny special. And if you have 2 Gazelles, 1 Spinny, it's also still fine, because it's normal Gazelle, dump, effect, target, Spinny, then Gazelle in hand, special, and that's 3 level 3 monsters. So there's very weird hands that can happen with these, but usually most of them are fine. Usually most of the time you don't have a brick in hand, which is really good. It's very uncommon for you to actually brick with this Salamangreat engine, so I really suggest it. Only thing is, if you get Veiler, you're just as screwed as Tour Guide, so, you know. And then, just for hand traps, we have 3 Ash Blossom and 3 Ghost Ogre. Pretty good hand traps just have in the deck, so they're there. Alright, and of course, show off Sekka's Light. It's Pot of Greed. You draw 2 cards, and you can shuffle 1 back by banishing this, and draw another card. So that's it with the main deck. On to extra. Of course, you gotta get 3 main man, Dante, Traveler of the Burning Abyss. So of course it has the effect to mill 3 as cost, and if it is sent to graveyard, you get to, what is it again? Add a Burning Abyss from grave to hand. Beatrice, best card because it can send Farfa during your opponent's turn to banish one of their cards. Virgil, Psychic Wielder's there, so it's you should play him at least. He's also a target of Beatrice floating, even though you have a better target. But this card, really good. During your turn only, really. It does. If it's destroyed, you draw a card. Otherwise, you can send one to shuffle opponent's card, so that's really good. Then there's Dante Pilgrim, has good protection effects, and if it's destroyed, you get to rip a card out of your opponent's hand, and can send Burning Mist to draw a card, so that's always nice. Boral Sword, he's a staple. Unicorn, staple. Underclock Clocker, I have a combo with it, so it could come in use. It could come in use. It could come in use. If you want to float out Beatrice to summon Topologic Bomber Dragon, then pop Beatrice and summon something to blow up the board. Like, that's all you, but it's just a weird thing. There isn't too much to put in. Topologic Shrizmania, there's a lot of back row, so this one does make sense, and no one's really playing it, so I was like, you know what, let's try it out. And Decode Talker as the last card. But that is it for the deck profile, guys. Hope you guys liked and enjoyed the video. I thought it was pretty insightful. If you liked the deck build, well, thank you. And I'll see you guys in the next video, or possibly the updated deck profile for when the Link Monster comes out. I'll see you guys later. Bye.